It is now about 2 days since the aborted nominations for the gubernatorial race in Siaya County have not been held, and two, there have been no communication since then about any of the ongoing consultations with the candidate, as it came out in the notices that was issued late in the night of 12 April. Based on those notifications, I'm very clear in my mind that the party is yet to issue anybody the certificate, because the party has not come out clearly to the candidates and the people of Siaya on whom the certificate had been issued to. And therefore, as you can see from my background, I have my coordinators for the Siaya County, the entire Siaya County. We are still going on with our consultations and preparation for the nomination, so that in the event the nominations are going to be carried out, we should not be found flat-footed. We are ready as we've been ready for them. So we are still going on with our preparation, so that in case the National Election Board desires to carry out nominations, which we've also heard of complaints, even the nominations that were done for the MCAs and those other categories have not been fair, and it has been flawed. You've heard, it's all over in the news. Various aspirants are complaining that the nominations were not carried out fairly. You've heard of the faulty systems or kits that were faulty, because even myself, I was able to vote anywhere within the county, meaning that the results coming out from those kits are not reflecting the true wills of the people. I'm appealing to the party leadership. I believe the party leadership is listening. And also I'm appealing to the chairperson of ODM National Elections Board to come out clearly on the person who is going to carry the ODM ticket in the August 2022 elections. They need to come out clearly to the Siaya people and also to the aspirant like me, who is still in the dark, because I'm not aware whether nominations are going to be carried out or negotiations are ongoing, because I've not been invited to any meeting. And the nominations should be carried out in the failure of the discussions. So the ODM leadership needs to come out clearly and tell the Siaya people and the country at large who will carry the ODM ticket in the August elections.
Gentlemen, I am Engineer Noah Alberts from Usigo Division of Bondo constituency. We are gathered here today, and to us it is quite a momentous day. We are happy, we are wroth, and we are almost half dead. What we are here to address is the sham and the purported Bondo constituency parliamentary election, or primaries, that indeed were not fair, were not free, and must not be treated as one that was organized by a party we cherish and renown, ODM. We hereby stand to denounce, by the strongest terms possible, that the barbaric, heinous deed that was undertaken by some of the characters that I'm going to mention in a while was wrong and inhuman. Anytime we are talking of Bondo constituency, as at now, we must be thinking at Raila Amolo Odinga, who is now dubbed as the 5th president. And anything done as is what we are addressing now, we say is not in the good taste, because the single eye of the Kenyan community is now in Bondo. So when a sham is done in the name of primaries, then we cannot sit and rejoice. And we now call upon the leader of the party, ODM, the Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga, to bring his party into order. We support him 1,000,000 times % if there is such a kind of existence. But again, we must talk to him directly under eye to tell him to take charge. Why? Because Rasanga Cornell, Oduoro Ngwen, James Orengo, Engineer Kerry Orege, Opondo Okongo, and the incumbent, who I am supposed to call a doctor because it's a prefix you've put for him, but I deny that, have caused this constituency a turmoil. All of us are crying. Is Siaya only for the said characters? And what did Andiwo do to them that deserves that we send him 6 feet below, even after supporting and standing with the party? We are not happy. Now, we are not happy tomorrow, and we are only going to be happy after listening to the cardinal voice of Raila Amolo Odinga. I was an overall, what do you call it? Overall what? Agent yeah. For John Andiwo Mwai. And I visited approximately 10 amalgamated points where the primaries were taking place. The idea is the core friends, ardent supporters, bloggers of Gideon Ochanda, as I told you I'll not mention the prefix, were manning the rooms with total and untold arrogance. And the agents of our leader were given almost 3 meters off the gadget. They were not allowed to direct the supporters of John Andiwo Mwai. And none of our agents, anyway, none, was allowed to conduct what was fair for them. There is a position where Gideon Ochanda was publicly seen and captured in a photo walking with a kit as a competitor. Due diligence, sense, if anything like that prevailed, would not allow him to handle the gadgets of judgment in a very competition where he was a member. The police officers rudely attacked our people and chased them out of the polling stations. Our agents were treated as lesser sons of a lesser God. We cannot accept this. I don't want to say more, but I must bring to your attention as the media that the so-called gadgets, clerks, the POs, were all friends of the characters I early mentioned. Allow me to bring this analogy as I stop my presentation. If this was a tournament, if this was a football match, and Chelsea was playing with Manchester, and Manchester produced the umpires, produced the referees, produced the judges and the linesmen, would you call it a match? No. And if not, we say there were no primaries in Bondo. We cherish Bondo, is our home. We are willing to die for Bondo, yes. But the right thing must be done. Yes. Ochanda has been in the office for 10 years. He is pensionable. Let him gather all his tricks and all his magics. Go and take his pension peacefully. Let him not divide the Bondo constituency. Yeah. I rest my case.
That's true.
The primaries were conducted by ODM National Election Board. What have you done as a campaign team? Have you petitioned them? What is their response? or yeah, what have you done up to now?
Up to now, what I want to say with a lot of vehemence is that every due process is underway. And I don't want to preempt because I will need a consultation before I put this to air. But we are doing everything possible as people with brains and who are not thieves. But we will call thieves thieves and take them to the right place.
My name is Peter Oderu Muko. I come from Bondo constituency, Nyangoma division, where there was a lot of malpractice during the so-called elections that took place this week actually. It was unfortunate that very old women traveled all the way to Burulo Center, where I was supposed to cast my vote, and where the Honorable Andiwo Mwai was supposed to cast his vote as well. People went there from very early morning, but could not vote. Ostensibly, the so-called presiding officer saying password was not there. No. We were very annoyed. And people are very unhappy, particularly Nyangoma division of Bondo constituency. It was unfair, and we are requesting a repeat of the entire process. If that happens, things will be happy. Yeah. Things will be okay. That is only what we want. Now we are not happy. People are unhappy in the entire place. We don't accept those cases. There were irregularities. The kids were were not functioning well, and they were handed over they were given in the hands of the opponent of one candidate. So we are unhappy. We hope somebody will listen to the voice of the people of Bondo.
I'm Jeffrey Ovich, a voter of Bondo, and I come from West Sakwa ward. I want to appeal to Baba. I want to say it loudly to the public and to Baba and the National Election Board that let them not be cheated that Bondo is peaceful. We are not peaceful. We are just cool and calm. We are waiting for the response of Baba, because what happened on 13th was not elections at all. I visited several polling stations, and I found dirty things happening and no action taken up to now. At Kapio polling center, I found Ochanda himself sitting in a polling center, directing voters to vote his way. That one we cannot allow. We cannot allow that. He used the police. He called the police to bring in reinforcement to chase our youths who are managing the polling stations to bring order. He chased our people out of the polling center. And now, the few electors who are coming in were directed to vote his way. We cannot allow that. We want to appeal to Baba and the ODM election board to call for a new election. We cannot call the 13th elections as a free and fair elections. We want a new elections, or else we will act as youths. We will call for massive action. We will demonstrate to Baba that what happened on 13th was not free and fair. And I want to say this: we cannot allow a few individuals to bring chaos to Bondo. What they are doing right now is just to provoke the youth. We are not happy at all. We are upset, and if Baba cannot take action, if the National Election Board cannot take action, then we'll demonstrate to them that we are so much angry. And we don't want to reach that level, because Bondo is very delicate now. Now that Raila Odinga is going to become the 5th president, we want to be very peaceful until August 9th. But what these guys are doing, the so-called doctors and lawyers, what they are doing just to provoke the youth, so that Bondo become hostile, so that youths of Bondo become very violent, and will be treated as those who are not peaceful,
We don't want that. We want Baba to respond immediately, to act immediately, and give us direction by either giving direct ticket to John Andiwo Mwai or calling for a fresh elections. That must be fair, free, and credible.